5, and we're live.
Oh, is this thing on? I don't care. I want him to hear.
This is the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game.
Come on!
Here they go, following the timeout. Purdy looking end zone, he throws, touchdown! Juwan Jennings. You couldn't.
Kenny Albert on the call last night. Fox Sports. I shouldn't say last night. It was yesterday. 49ers, though, more importantly, get the dub. Get off the schneid. And a victory Monday? When was the last time that happened? We got to go back all the way to November 11th. It's damn near a month ago that we celebrated a victory Monday. Almost a month ago. That's when the 49ers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. This is the last time we had a victory Monday. Since then, they lost to the Seahawks in heartbreaking fashion. You got blown out against the Packers and Bills. You're back home. You blow out the Bears. So good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Christmas season's here, so get that Christmas shopping done. It's crazy out there. And if you're just getting off work, getting ready for work, getting ready for school, appreciate you stopping by here. Joe Spadoni got you for the next hour before handing it off to Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky of the Morning Roast. We got a lot to get into. A lot happened this weekend. I mean, a lot happened. Do we want to just talk about what happened last night? And no, I'm not talking about the Warriors' 114-106 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm talking about that contract for Juan Soto. Are you kidding me? $765 million. The largest deal in professional sports history. 15 years, $765 million, which could end up being, actually, if you look at the contract details, it could go over $800 million. I didn't think anything could top Shohei Ohtani's contract. I did not think Juan Soto was getting close to $800 million, but here we are. Jeez. Must be nice. That's all I'll say. Must be nice. Oh, yeah, by the way, he's going to the Mets. He's going to the Mets. Not the Yankees. The Mets. When's the last time that happened? When's the last time a big-time free agent spurned the Yankees for the Mets? And I'm not talking about the Carlos Correa one because his ankle is weird. Yeah. That's how are Yankees fans feeling right now. You lose the World Series. You lose Juan Soto. Hey, go get Pete Alonso. Or are Giants fans like, whoa. Maybe we want Pete Alonso. You know why? We just signed Willie freaking Adames, baby. Buster Posey, come on down. He's already making moves. Let's go. That's Sam Lubman dancing back there. You can't see it. Sorry, Frogs and Baseball guys. Emergency pod, by the way. Joe Shasky, Sam Lubman. They break down the Willie Adames signing. Willie Adames, 7 years, $182 million. He is a San Francisco Giant, formerly of the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew.
Pending the physical.
Oh, God. Stop. But it does say pending a physical, the first thing I see right here.
We know the drill. Let's just clear that hurdle, then we'll be good to go.
We'll call it a Tomasz hurdle right there. You got to clear that. 888-957-9570. That's the number to call or text, the Comcast Biz text line. Also, you can hit us up on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube, all powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Go ahead and search 95.7 The Game. Like and subscribe there. We greatly appreciate it. Also, download the Odyssey app. Take it wherever you need to go. It is free. It is awesome. It is real. It is spectacular. And you can have thousands of other stations on there as well, not just sports related. So if you're into, finances, if you're into politics, if you're into aliens, sure, they got something for you there. But we're breaking down this 49ers win. We'll get to everything else as the week goes on because, like I said, there's a lot happening. College football playoff brackets out. No Bama. Bye-bye Bama. Oh, by the way, yeah, two formerly of the Pac-12 schools, they did make it. So much for breaking up that conference, right? Because we really needed to do that. Although, if it was still the Pac-12, I do wonder if Arizona State or Oregon would have made it, because we know what happened in the Pac-12. They would kill each other. They just that's what they would do. But shout out Arizona State, forks up, bye week. And Oregon, number 1 overall seed. Obviously, they got to buy the top 4 seeds. Arizona State, number 4 seed. Georgia, taking out Texas. They're the number 2 overall seed. And Boise State, number 3 overall seed. So Boise finally got in there, huh? After all those Kellen Moore years. Who was it, Titus Young? Remember those names you haven't heard in a minute, huh? Yeah. Didn't think I'd pull a Titus Young at 5:06 a.m. Monday morning. Well, there you go. That's your one. That's my one thing this morning. All right. Let's get back to this 49ers game. Because we really shouldn't have been surprised by this outcome. And I was thinking about this on the way over here. I was like, we were talking about last week. There's no way they're losing this game to the Chicago Bears. Because we know who the 49ers are at their core this season. They are a team that can't beat other good teams. But, it's a big but, shout out Kim K, they could beat bad teams. And what are the Chicago Bears? What are they? They're a bad team. Hell, just ask their, color commentator on the radio side, Tom Thayer.
It's the Bears.
That's what their own Bears people think about the Bears.
It's the Bears.
Now, I'm not going to poo-poo the win, because the 49ers finally played like a team with urgency in the better part of a month. They haven't played with urgency since God knows when, at all this season. Because they had not had a comfortable win like that since week 1 against the New York Jets. And what are the New York Jets? A bad team. So you take care of business against the Chicago Bears team that's without their head coach now. They fired Matt Eberflus. They got the offensive coordinator, the interim offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown. He's now the interim head coach. And that's what you get. That's what you get usually. Sometimes it can galvanize a locker room. Sometimes, we just need a new coach. Like Antonio Pierce of the Raiders last year. They went on a nice little run. They beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Oh, great. Yeah, they just needed some extra juice in there. And boy, do those Raiders players hate Josh McDaniels. I don't know if the hate was that strong for Matt Eberflus from the Chicago Bears players, but they didn't like him. And they got their guy Thomas Brown, and people are saying, oh, he's the front runner for that job. I doubt that. I seriously have my doubts, unless the Chicago Bears, are cheap with their hires and they go with the interim hire and, they don't go after a Ben Johnson who has already been reportedly interested in this job, I should say. And Ben Johnson, obviously the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, who are humming. Speaking of humming, as it's on my screen right now, freaking Chiefs, man. Again. Just find a way. Even when things aren't going their way, they doink the field goal, and where does it go? Where does it go? Through the upright. Of course it does. And they're on their backup kicker, and they still get it. Oh, 9 straight AFC West titles, by the way. 9 straight for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers, tough loss. Justin Herbert got banged up. No Lad McConkey. Still a good season for them overall, though. And then you got the Broncos in there. Bo Nix, potential rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. He shut me up the last few weeks. I'll tell you that right now. He's made some impressive throws. Can't even be mad at it. And then you got the Raiders, who are taking. See, that was a Freudian slip right there. I was supposed to say taking, but they're actually tanking. They're taking the tanking to a whole nother level, ladies and gentlemen. Between them and the Giants, who are, by the way, the 1 and 2 overall picks right now, if the season ends today, the Las Vegas Raiders and New York Giants, because Mac Jones and the Jacksonville Jaguars got a massive win over the Tennessee Titans. I say massive in air quotes because it was massive for the Raiders and the Giants. So, which team is going to end up with that number 1 overall pick. We'll see. It might come down to strength of schedule, since neither the Raiders or the Giants will have played each other this season. It'll be up to the opponents that they have played and their cumulative total, their winning percentage, that makes up the strength of schedule. The Raiders got the rest of the season. Let's see here. So they got the Falcons. Oh, yeah, by the way, Aiden O'Connell, he's lost for the season. They're already without Gardner Minshew. And Desmond Ridder, come on down. They got Falcons Raiders next Monday night. A week from today, that's the Monday Night Football matchup. I don't know if they can flex that either. God, let's hope they can, because that is yikes. Raiders Falcons Monday Night Football. Desmond Ridder v. Kirk Cousins in Las Vegas. And then they got the Jaguars at home in Vegas. That's a winnable game. So they got the Saints, potential. The Raiders can win that game, maybe. And then they got the Chargers. I doubt they win that one. Juxtapose that with the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants, as Chris Berman always likes to say. They got the Ravens coming to town. And then the Giants are at the Falcons. Giants get the Colts. Giants at Eagles. I'd say the Giants have a harder schedule left. So maybe they have the inside track to that number 1 overall pick. So that's what's going on right now. There's a lot happening in the world of sports. It's just so nice to talk about it with all of you. See, this is what we love with this job, is this time of year, early December, hot stove. You got 49er football. You're neck deep in it. We've got Warriors getting a huge win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, Steph Curry, Draymond Green going night-night on the Stifle Tower. Oh, it's beautiful. This is what we live for this time of year. That's what makes, having those Giants-Rockies discussions and Kyle Harrison talk and Hayden Burnside talk and middle of July. This is what you do those shifts for. This is what you get up to do those shifts so you can get to this point. Now, Giants are actually, dare I say, I might actually be excited about the Giants.
I'm actually excited about the Giants.
It might be. Willie Adames, he brings swag, baby. He brings some swag. I don't know. I'm all over the place this morning. Niners, Warriors, Giants. There's just so much happening right now. Why not talk about it all? If you want to talk about the Giants, 888-957-9570. You want to talk about the Warriors, 888-957-9570. You want to talk about the Niners? Were you impressed by that win? What did that win do for you, Niners fans? Do you have this, going back to Star Wars, do you have this new hope? Or is it too little too late for you to jump back in this bandwagon? This is what the Niners schedule is going forward. So Thursday Night Football, quick turnaround against the Rams, who got a massive win against the Buffalo Bills. I don't think a lot of people had that on their bingo card yesterday. That was an impressive ass victory for the Los Angeles Rams. And Josh Allen, by the way, only quarterback ever with 3 throwing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns in a game. If you had him in fantasy and you lost, you stink. I'm just going to tell you that right now. If you had Josh Fantasy as your quarterback yesterday and you lost, just pack it up, quit. You're not good. By the way, I lost yesterday. Sam Lubin. 2 of his 3 wins against me this season. I didn't deserve to make it, folks. I didn't deserve to make it. It's like, being in Tampa and losing to Carolina twice. You don't deserve to make it. You just don't. And Sam Lubin played spoiler, a la, Georgia Tech to Miami or Syracuse to Miami. Cam Ward, by the way, expected to play in his bowl game. Pop-Tarts? Interesting. I do love me a good Pop-Tart. Do they get all-you-can-eat Pop-Tarts over there too? Big strawberry guy. I'm a classic.
I think you eat the mascot after the game. Wasn't that the thing they do?
That's right. It's kind of weird. It kind of looked like a weird ritual, like some Lord of the Flies stuff.
That's why I have to play if I'm Cam Ward. It's about the glory of eating that Pop-Tart after beating Iowa State.
It's a good point. Sam Lubin, ladies and gentlemen. He's fired up, though. Willie Adames, baby. How important was that win, Kyle Shanahan?
A lot. Losing that close one at Seattle in the last play at home was so tough, and then the following 2 weeks were as bad as it got. So we had to step it up today. Wanted to play well. I thought we did play well, and the most important thing was getting a win, and we got it done. So I was proud of the guys, the way they came out and the way they finished.
888-957-9570. Your takeaways, 49ers fans, from that win. What does it do for you? What does it do for this team going forward? Or is it too little too late? Listen, The 49ers are a team that will lose to good teams and beat bad ones. That is what they have shown this season. And if they are going to buck that trend, if they're going to try to make a playoff push, that needs to start in a few days on Thursday at home against the Los Angeles Rams, who are, by definition now, a good team. They are a team that is over 500, and they just had their most impressive win of the season. Now, it's a short week. That could work one of two ways. Short memory, as great, let's get right back to it. Keep the momentum going if you're the Rams. Or, they're resting on their laurels. They're sleeping on the Niners. They take the L. Same with the Niners, though. I mean, you just had that impressive victory. You just dominated the Bears. Is that going to carry over? You can't really dwell on it. It's great. We won. Now it's only a short time we can enjoy it. Just ask Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, we feel good right now. We played well. It's going to come fast, and the only way we're going to really enjoy today is if we take care of business on Thursday, and then we'll have 3 days to kind of enjoy it and come back and deal with our last 3 games. But if you don't take care of business on Thursday, not much to celebrate about today. So the main message in there is how proud I am of the guys, and now let's go home, get to sleep. Those guys take care of their bodies tomorrow. We'll put in the game plan tomorrow, and we got to come in Tuesday ready to go because we're 48 hours from a game once it happens.
Last week we called out Brock Purdy. I was calling him out. I said, you need to take this game in this week personally. Your team's on a 3-game losing streak. You haven't won in over a month. The last one you had was November, 11th, I said? That's the last time we had a victory Monday, I should say. And what did Brock do after I called him out? Because he was tuned in. He's always tuned in Monday through Friday. Brock Purdy, 20-25. 325, 2 touchdowns, sacked once, no turnovers. Hey, I will take that every single day of the week. And what did they do? Who did they target? Their best offensive player, their best player on offense, period, all season long. Finally, they targeted this guy.
3 wide receivers set. 1st and 10 from the Chicago 40. Off the play fake. Catch is made by the tight end, Kittle, inside the 20, the 15, and finally taken down inside the 10-yard line of the Bears. Start from the 36, pump fake, and then Purdy throws wide open. Catch is made for a 1st down and more. George Kittle, 31 yards.
6 receptions, $151 for George Kittle. He was impressive. He just absolutely sliced and diced that Chicago Bears defense, who was widely considered one of the better defenses in the NFL heading into that game. And still after that, they are considered that, by the way. Chicago Bears still winless on the road this season. 0-6 outside of Soldier Field. 49ers improved to 6-7. They are now 4-3 at home. And again, they take on the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday. And we'll have all that pre- and post-game coverage right here on 95.7 The Game. Although, when's that NBA Cup? When's that NBA Cup game? Is that on Wednesday or is that on Thursday? That's on Wednesday. Okay. Then they got the NBA Cup. Okay. So, yeah, we'll be all locked and loaded Niners on Thursday, baby. We'll react to that Warriors-Rockets game, obviously. That's a do-or-die scenario for the Golden State Warriors, who, again, massive win for them last night, 114-106 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards had a pretty good game, but he also had 6 turnovers. And when he had the 6 turnovers, kind of muddies up the rest of what you did, which was 27 points, 5 and 9 from beyond the arc, 4 Ant-Man, 6 assists, 5 boards as well. But Draymond Green, that's the lasting image, right? The night, the dunk. I think it was Sam Esfandiari, Warriors World. He had a great tweet. As soon as Draymond saw Rudy Gobert, he turned into MJ. And he really did. I've never seen Draymond just top of the key, ISO ball, driving it and yamming it with his right hand. This is impressive. I loved it. And we've all been there. The pettiness, whether it's in video games, whether it's in pickup, whether it's in Uno, you want to beat someone so damn bad and you flex on them and you do the night. Oh, it was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. Again, this is a great vibes weekend for Bay Area sports. Tis the season, right? It's the most wonderful time of the year. You should be happy. You shouldn't be sad watching all your sports teams. So enjoy this Monday. Enjoy this week. Unfortunately, Victory Monday, that's going to last 3 games. and then we'll see what they do on Thursday. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say this, because we've already mentioned the Rams win. It could have been an amazing Sunday for the 49ers. It could have been great. But unfortunately, the Seattle Seahawks, they dominated the Arizona Cardinals. They won that game, and it's going to be even that much more tough for the San Francisco 49ers to make this playoff push. They need some help. They have dug themselves into a hole where they need some help now. And you look at the divisional standings, and this is where we're at right now in the NFC West. You got Seahawks at 8-5, Rams 7-6, and Cardinals 6-7. They're still ahead of the 49ers by virtue of that tiebreaker. Then you look at the rest of the NFC and this conference right now. You've got the Commanders still at 8-5. You've got the Green Bay Packers at 9-4. They got the tiebreak over you. Atlanta Falcons 6-7. Listen, the Atlanta Falcons, the NFC South, their second place team is still ahead of the 49ers, which is crazy. That has to go by what? Conference? Man. They have the same, 4-5. Okay. Oh, check that. Falcons, 6-3 in the conference. That's why. Oh. I would not have guessed that. Although they've dominated their own in divisions. Anyways, Brock Purdy, after I called him out last week to have a big-time performance against the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, because a lot of people were talking about trading you, Brock. They'd trade you straight up for Caleb. How big was that win, though?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, just where we're at, and every week matters so much. We all know that. So I think just the biggest thing was, just getting some energy and momentum. This league is hard. It's tough, and if you don't have momentum or energy, man, and belief within a building, it can be really tough. So for us, I think that was the emphasis today, and I think we got it. So,
what's the message to the team right now, Mr. Purdy?
We said some things. Just I was just trying to keep it real and remind guys, this isn't easy. This job isn't for everybody, but who we have in this building, we have what it takes, and we've shown that the last couple of years, and we just got to dig deep and find ourselves, and I think we did. I think guys responded to it, and really I was just talking to myself too, not just trying to preach to the guys, but remind myself of how hard this thing is and how much of a competitor you got to be for 4 quarters and go and take it. Nothing's ever given to you. So it was just a reminder to myself and to our teammates of where we're at and where we're trying to go. And a lot of other guys, or some other guys spoke, and I think we all feel it, man. We want to win for each other at this point. So
that's why you pay Brock Purdy a performance like that. A team you're supposed to beat, a spot where it's a must-win in the season. You're at home, and he was flawless. Again, 20-25, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, passer rating of 145.4. That is what you need when your backs are against the wall. Now, part of also paying a quarterback is you're expecting them to win the teams and beat the teams that are a little more challenging, teams that have winning records. And Brock Purdy has been unable to do that but once this season, early on against the Seattle Seahawks. He's going to need to do that against the Los Angeles Rams. He's going to need to do that against potentially the Dolphins. What's the Dolphins record? Are they going to be a 500 team? What are they? Are they a game below 500? I don't think the Dolphins will be over 500. They're 6-7. So Dolphins won't be over 500, so you can beat them. The Lions, and then we'll see where the Cardinals are at in the last game of the season. So Rams and Lions, the for sure teams that are going to be over 500 when you face them. And those are going to potentially be the games that decide the season. It's not easy the rest of the way. And no one said this is going to be easy. We said that all season long. You lose the Super Bowl, it gets even harder to even get back to the playoffs the next season. And maybe it is too little too late, but for today, you can feel good, Niners fans, for today. Although,
It's the Bears.
they stink. God, they're not good. Oh, I still think having said that, I still think they have a lot of pieces you should be excited about, but clearly they don't have a vision right now. Offensively, defensively, they did heading into the game, but the Niners just kicked their ass. It was an ass kicking. And that was a team coming off a mini bye, too. with a new head coach, and they just got punched in the mouth and didn't get back up. I mean, and that's really what they need to figure out is on the road if you're a Bears coach. Just the inability to come back being on the road like they've been. And they've had some heartbreaking losses on the road, but they just had no shot in yesterday's game. No shot. 49ers looked like a team that we thought they should be all season long. And they finally, can they go on a run here? That's going to be the question. Can they go on a little bit of a run? And is it going to matter if they go on a run? Again, they're going to need some help because the Seattle Seahawks have a pretty sizable division lead over you right now. And I say sizable because there's only 4 games left in the season. But this is the Packers schedule coming up. This is the Seahawks schedule coming up. They got the Packers, they got the Vikings, they got the Bears, and they got the Rams. There's no gimmies on there. Even the Bears team we just mentioned, they're going to be at home. The Bears are a different team at home. They're better. So the Seahawks are home the next 2 games. You got Jordan Love and the Packers. That's Sunday Night Football. And then you got the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold, who, by the way, is just tearing it up yesterday against the not hot Atlanta Falcons. Justin Jefferson getting his first touchdown since October. I saw that. I was like, wow. I don't have it in fantasy, so I'm sure all you fantasy owners knew that. 888-957-9570. We're up against it. 1 segment down, 2 more to go. We'll keep on breaking down this 49ers win. Big deal, no deal, little bit of a deal. Where were you at, Niners fans, about this win? Oreo Cookie, I see you. I'll get your text on the other side as well, because it was a big weekend also for the green and gold, because they also made their free agent acquisition official. We'll discuss that on the other side as well. As the pregame show, Joe Spadoni rolls on 95.7 The Game.
95-7 the game.
Thank you, Lindy Waters, the third. Lindy, by the way, 22 minutes off the bench last night. The Warriors 114-106 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lindy, 0-5, 1 from beyond the arc, but did have 3 assists and was a +1 for the game in the plus-minus category. So, shout out Lindy Waters, shout out to the Warriors. Big win. It's a huge win. You don't want to, they're in a difficult stretch right now of the season. Last thing you want to do is have another loss to the same team twice in the span of 3 days, heading into the in-season tournament, the NBA Cup, the Emirates NBA Cup, whatever the hell you want to call it. So big win for them, and we'll see if they could go get this NBA Cup, baby. Might as well win it, right? If you're going to go, just might as well win it. Hang that banner. You'll hang it. You'll try to say you're too good for it. I remember all the Warriors fans talking that mess last year about the Lakers hanging the banner. Oh, you don't think Joe Lacob, Draymond Green, and Steph are going to hang that thing? Whew. You better believe it. You also better believe the 49ers. And I'm not saying you got to believe in them as a playoff team, but I do think this next game against the Rams is going to be very fascinating here. And we're going to focus on yesterday and focus on the good vibes. We're not going to look too far ahead, but we kind of have to because it's a short week, Thursday. It's going to come before we know it. So just keep it in the back of your minds, but I'm very intrigued about this upcoming matchup on Thursday. But as it stands today, you got to win. You stop the skid. It's just, why can't it always be that easy, you think, as a fan, right? Like, why can't it always be like that? Why can't Brock look like that? Why can't we feed and feature Kittle like that? Why can't, we run the ball like that in the red zone? Isaac Rendo, by the way, 15 carries, 78 yards for the Rook in his first career start, 2 touchdowns. And then what happens? They're fearing it's a sprained foot, and he left the game, and Patrick Taylor Jr. had to come in. Seriously? Another running back injury? Like, you got to be kidding me. Too many injuries. As Joe Shasky walked in, he heard the Star Wars drop, and he had to have a big smile on his face. Because that's the kind of guy he is. Star Wars. Bonte heard it, and it was just like, he's turning this off and putting on not snitching music in the radio. Love you, Bonte, if you're listening. 888-957-9570 is the number. From the Comcast Biz text on my guy, Oreo Cookie, the Athletics with the biggest free agent signing. This is what's taking us to the top, baby. Play the celebration music. He's talking about Luis Severino signing that, $60 million contract? Whatever it is. You want to celebrate good times music? I don't know if I should play that anymore. Oreo, it pains me to say this. I don't think I can play it. That's Cool in the Gang. They're from Oakland, not Sacramento. I'm keeping that here. Oakland. I got to do it. I'm sorry. There's certain things that, the Raiders got there. They let the Vegas, but they got the autumn wind. That stays with the franchise. I don't think Cool in the Gang celebration stays with us. No. They didn't play that in Philadelphia. They didn't play that in Kansas City. They only played it in Oakland. So, sorry, Oreo, I'm not playing it. But, nonetheless, good signing for them. Apparently, they're going to, according to reports, Brent Rooker, he's going to look to be re-signed here by the A's pretty soon. From what I'm hearing, Brent Rooker staying in Oakland, be big for them. At least someone to be excited about, right? Someone to have heading into Vegas, but although, whenever the hell that gets done. Anyways, let's go into some happier thoughts and not that crap. Kyle Shanahan, after the big win, on the message to the team before the game.
Yeah, every time you get in a meeting as a coach, you want to figure out something that's going to affect the players. And when I say affect them and make them practice better or play better, it's very rarely some special words that changes how guys play. But we did talk about the importance of this, where we were at, regardless of the result. I wanted to make sure that we came out today and just showed grit. We wanted to fight, and these last 2 weeks just not making it a game was something we weren't proud of. And we were ready to battle today, regardless of how that went. It went as good as it could. So, I mean, the win was awesome, but I just wanted to make sure our 10 and how our team worked were ready. And you could tell in the meetings last night, guys were ready for this game, and it came out and it showed.
They were. That was an impressive win for the 49ers. Do it again. Like, that's what the fans are wanting right now. That's great. You beat the Bears.
It's the Bears.
Go do it against a team that has a winning record. Do it against the Rams, a team that you have owned historically within this division in the regular season. Do that, Kyle Shanahan. Do that, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings. That's what I need to see. By the way, listen, hey. Did Ricky Pearsall do anything yesterday? Again? Is that 4 straight games? Just nothing? 1 reception, 5 yards. I thought there was an opportunity there for a big play. Miscommunication, I don't know what it was, but Deebo Samuel, 2 receptions, 22 yards. 5 carries, 30, come on. It can't all be Kittle. Now, it was nice. Don't get me wrong. It was great that he was featured and we finally kept feeding our beast and our weapon. It's not going to be that easy every time. I need other people to step up. And Juwan Jennings, God love the guy. He has stepped up. And when his name has been called this season, he has rose to the occasion. 7 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he is on the cheap when it comes to that contract, which is great. But in a game like that, where I score 38 points, my rookie first round pick, 1 catch, 5 yards, my supposedly number 2 wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, who should have been my number 1 as soon as Brandon Ayuk went out, 2 receptions, 22 yards. It's not good enough. It's just not. Oreo Cookie, 888-957-9570. Not only does he call in on the Comcast Biz text line, or not as he text in. I butchered that. I'm all over the place. Not only does he call in, he texts in as well. He does both. Oreo, save me. I don't know what I'm talking about. What's up, buddy? You got something on Purdy? Oh, it's all right. Sam will punch you up.
Am I there?
Yeah,
I'm in here. Okay, bro. Yeah, man. It's a good win yesterday, but like we've been saying it, man, it's the Bears. Not too much.
It's the Bears.
Yeah, the defense was good, but Brock Purdy wasn't that good, man. I know that his numbers say otherwise, but those 2 to 3 deep balls that he threw, they were so underthrown. I haven't seen him throw a 9 ball where the guy catches it in stride for the touchdown. It's always the guy slows down, he catches it, and he gets tackled. I just don't see it from him, man. I don't want us to, put him up in the pedestal again because that 9 ball is his issue.
All right, that's Oreo Cookie. Was not impressed by Brock Purdy's performance yesterday. And listen, maybe the stat line, I think you would look at that and it's like, wow, he was amazing. He had some good throws. He looked decisive. It wasn't really the throws as much as he just looked like he wasn't hesitant. That's what I kept seeing from Brock the last few weeks. He just looked like he didn't want to pull the trigger. He looked gun shy. He was dealing with the shoulder injury. Whatever it was, he just did not look good, whether it was against Buffalo. Obviously, he missed the game against the Packers. And then against the Seahawks. Like, it just wasn't good enough. And yesterday was night and day. He's not going to wow you with his arm talent, the strength of his arm. I know, arm talent, what does that mean? I'm talking about the strength of his arm. He's not going to wow you with that. Now, juxtapose out with Caleb Williams, 17 to 23, only 134 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns for him, lost fumble. That one was kind of iffy for me, too. They did call it. They didn't overturn it on the field. It looked like the tuck rule. The quarterback's arm was going forward. I don't know. Slipped out of his hand, though, I guess, and they didn't call it. But Caleb Williams did have 2 touchdowns. He had that one to Dunze at the corner of the end zone. That was impressive. I don't know why they went for the 2-point conversion there. I'm sure the Niners were like, great, do that and not get it and then lose all your momentum because that's what happens. I just don't believe in chasing points that early when you're down 24. You just didn't need to do that. Get the 7 points, feel good about your mentals, get the ball back, which they did, And then what happened? Well, they fumbled the ball. That was all she wrote. We're up against it. 2 segments down. 1 more to go. 888-957-9570. We'll put a bow on everything that took place over this weekend. If you want thoughts on the Giants signing Willie Adames, you got thoughts on the Warriors win, you got thoughts on the 49ers big win, Juan Soto signing the largest contract in professional sports history yesterday with the New York bleeping Mets. We can get into that. College football playoff. There's so much happening right now. We're breaking it all down right here on the pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. 7 of 13 from beyond the arc, 27 points for Buddy Hield as the Warriors get the 114-106 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Wolves are no longer howling. They were, but not now. 49ers, big win, 38-13 over the Chicago Bears. But as we've discussed all morning, it's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
And the San Francisco Giants sign Willie Adames to a fat contract of 7 years, $182 million, pending what? A physical. So we shall see. But Buster Posey making moves. Not mad at it. There's something. By the way, Willie Adames last year, 250 batting average, 32 bomb skis, 112 ribbies, 153 hits. He will swing and miss a lot, as Joe Shasky and I were discussing off air. But when he makes contact, God, he is a fun player. He's got a flair for the dramatic. He will do some pimp jobs out there with those home runs. Just a fun player with some energy who's going to be going crazy in the dugout. Like, that is what the Giants need. They need a player like Willie Adames. And I think Buster Posey felt that. And he's like, I'm targeting this guy. We're not doing the Juan Soto thing. We're not giving up $800 million for a guy like Juan Soto. I'm sorry. I don't get it either. $800 million? $800 million for Juan Soto? That guy screams $800 million to you after what we just saw in the World Series and in the play. Like, he's good. He's good. He's really good. $800 million good, potentially? I don't know about that. Like, Ohtani, I kind of understood. Because you're getting the whole country of Japan. Right? Like, you're getting all that. You're getting his pitching prowess. You're getting a multi-time MVP. Like, I get it. But with Soto? Man. We'll see. We'll see how it all ends up. The Mets, what are they going to do now with Pete Alonso? Are they going to pivot there? Like, are the Yankees going to pivot to go try to get the polar bear? Are the Giants still in on him? Are the Giants in on pitching? Corbin Burns? Obviously, is St. Mary's Gale. Like, is he going to come back home? Like, there is still a lot to happen and take place here. Hell, even the A's are making moves. Maybe they'll do something. I don't know. Baseball, exciting again? I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. We got about 8 minutes left. 888-957-9570, whatever you want to weigh in on. The floor is yours. Call or text. Good morning to all of you just getting off work, getting ready for work, getting ready for school. Hopefully you're getting that Christmas shopping done. All right. Gets a little crazy on the weekends. Get that Amazon. You got to start doing the packages now. You got to start ordering them because they're not going to be here. So start doing it like today, tomorrow. Get all that stuff. Expedite it if you need to. Pay a little bit more for the peace of mind. It's like $5. All right. Just pay a little bit more. You'll be fine. No stress and no sweating. Speaking of sweating, it's like hot in here. Maybe it's this beanie I'm wearing. I don't know. George Kittle. He still thinks there's a lot of season left. He's not ready to call it quits just yet on this Niners season. They got 4 games to go. Can they make some noise here after a win against the Chicago Bears? Here's what Kittle had to say about the game, going forward, and his season.
We still have everything in front of us to play for. I know, like, certain things might need to happen, but if we win every single game, I think we put ourselves in a very good position to either win the division or somehow sneak our way into a playoff contention. And I thought, everyone just focus on this 1 week. Hey, everybody lock in. Forget the whole season. Like, whether you've played like crap the entire season, whether you've had missed opportunities, whether you have a bunch of touchdowns, whatever it is, flush all that and just focus on this one game. Put all your time and effort and energy into this one game, and then we'll live with those results. And I think the whole team did that the entire week. I thought we had a great week of practice. Everyone was dialed in, and then we were on to this game and ran the heck out of the ball. Brock found a rhythm. Our defense was on fire. So just like playing team football. And, I definitely think everybody in the building still believes, our coach staff is excellent. Coach Shanahan dials up great game plans, and our execution day was, I thought, really, really well done. And so if you can just combine those two things, our offense is pretty good.
And here's more from Kittle talking about the last few weeks just haven't been 49ers football.
I would say the last couple of weeks, it just hasn't felt like we've been playing Niner football, whether that's flying to the football, the turnovers, converted on third down, the energy. Like, we just kind of not felt like ourselves and really just wanted to play off of each other. Like, hey, offense, you take care of what you have to take care of every drive, try to score, don't turn the ball over, and defense will feed off of us, and then vice versa. And you kind of felt that,
So So that's the leader on offense. Now I want to hear from the leader on defense. Obviously, no Nick Bosa out there, but we got Fred Warner. Guy's playing on a fractured ankle. Hey, he reiterates the same thing as George Kittle. They got back to being 49ers and playing 49er football.
Yeah, I mean, we just got back to being us, honestly. The product we were putting on the field the last couple of weeks just wasn't us. We knew that. We had a great opportunity this week to come out at home and right those wrongs, right, and get back to playing our style and doing what we do best. Complementary football all the way through. The way the offense came out and scored right away, and then we went out there on defense and got those stops early on and played, a great half of football. Obviously, there's things to clean up in that second half, but we just got to build on this win.
All right, let's go out blind here to the phones. I'm going to do it. We got someone calling from Walnut Creek here. 925. Who do I got? What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the pregame show, 925.
Hey, it's Don from Concord. We're right by Walnut Creek. How you doing, Spadoni?
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I'm in a good mood. About to burn one this morning. Hey, my Cal Bears playing on the 18th, playing against UNLV. Go Bears. What do you think, Spadoni?
I saw that. They're playing with the LA Bowl or something like that. Gronk is going to be involved in it. Yeah. I like Cal in that game. Absolutely.
All right, rock and roll, baby. Good to talk to you.
Hey, he's out. Look at that. He's in and out. He's burning one up this morning. He's saying, hey, good for you. Let's go. Start off the Monday right. He's talking about, look at even Cal, they got a bowl game. Everyone's feeling good in the Bay right now. Let's go. LA Bowl. Yeah, I saw something it was like Rob Gronkowski, he's in charge, he's the host. Guess we have hosts for bowl games now. And they're calling them secondary bowl games now. Because if it's not in the college football playoff, if it's not one of the 12 teams, it's the secondary bowl game. And this was first played back in 2021, right? So it's going to be at SoFi Stadium. And that's a short flight for Cal and for UNLV. So that's nice, right? Good fan bases. Should be fun. Good for Cal. They've had some speaking of heartbreaking losses, if I had to take the totality of college teams this season, I don't know if there's any other team that has the amount of heartbreaking losses that adds up to what Cal has endured this season. You go to Miami, Pitt, et cetera. They've just had some gut-wrenching losses, and good for them being in that bowl game. Maybe they can salvage the season with a win over the Rebels of UNLV. All right. More from Fred Warner, though. Getting back to the Niners here. And I mentioned him being the leader of this defense unequivocally. He's the emotional leader. He's the leader on the field. He just leads by example. When he's in the locker room speaking to the media, that's a guy you want to follow into Mordor, into, the Empire, right? That's where you want to go as I'm making Lord of the Rings and Star Wars references. What's next? Star Trek. Into the cube of the Borg, right? There you go. Just that's the trifecta. That's the guy you want to follow into battle. Same with Kittle on offense. That's the guy, his positive mindset, the way he plays it when he's on the field, when he gets the ball thrown to him. He's great in the run game and the pass game, everything. But it's what those guys do to embolden the younger players that really speaks volumes to me. And it's going to speak volumes on the field with the team going forward. It's one thing to just be great leaders, but how do you bring up the younger guys on the team? Because the 49ers have had to rely on a lot of young players this season. Hell, Isaac Rendo, who was balling out in that game before leaving with an apparent ankle sprain. Malik Mustafa. Ricky Pearsall, he's had some moments. But here is Warner talking about those younger players now taking on leadership roles with this team.
Younger guys, even though those guys don't seem young, in the way that they carry themselves, the way that they played, those are younger guys that we need, that younger leadership to kind of step up now and use their voice, right, in the moments we need it most, and they have, man, and it's just about executing on game day. All the rah-rah speeches are great and all, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there, you got to play.
And finally, Fred Warner talking about bringing this energy that they put on display yesterday at Levi's into Thursday's game against the rival Los Angeles Rams, again, at Levi's Stadium.
Yeah, extremely important. We talked about we just wanted one win. That was the goal today, to just get one win, and then now obviously we got that, and it's the same mindset this week, just one win, right? Thursday night against a divisional opponent, and we got to win in the division. We got to win all these, honestly, but it's just about one game.
one game at a time mindset, week to week. That's all you could do right now. And we're just taking it show to show here on the pregame show because this show is over. What's coming up next is the Morning Roast. Bonte Hill, Joe Shasky. More of your calls, more of your texts. Start lining them up. 888-957-9570. The sky's not falling quite yet for the 49ers, although the clouds are looking ominous. They got to win out to even have a chance at making the playoffs. Can they do that? Well, a win against the Bears yesterday is a step in the right direction. And the Warriors, big win, nice come-from-behind win over the Minnesota Timberwolves as the Warriors improved to 14-9 on the season. They take on the Houston Rockets on Wednesday in the Emirates NBA Cup quarterfinal. That's going to be in Houston, so we'll be leading up to that game. And again, all Warriors games will be right here on 95.7 The Game, your home for Golden State Warriors basketball. But coming up next, it's Bonte Hill. It's Joe Shasky. It's the Morning Roast. Have a good morning, everybody.